Washed the E90 in like 2 months, guys. So this car is filthy. Now it does have some condensation on it, so you can't really tell. But yeah, this car is really, really dirty. You can see just how dirty these wheels are. You can really see it back here on the trunk and the rear bumper. Sheesh, guys, the E90 has not looked this clean in so long. Here's a look at both the F80 and the E90 together. Such a nice color duo with the Avis blue and the Barbera red. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video and to the channel. So for this video, I'm finally focusing on the E90. I know it has been so long since I've done a video on the E90. I think the last video I did was like over 2 months ago, before I even got the F80, since I've just mainly been focusing on the F80 the last couple months. But for this video, I finally have a new carbon piece that I want to add to the E90. So let's get into it here. So taking a look at the E90 here, going towards the back. If we take a look down here, you guys can see my rear extensions that I have on the rear bumper. Now, for those of you who have been following me for at least like 5 years, you guys know I've had these rear extensions on the car for the last like 4 years. So yeah, I've had these on the car for a very, very long time. And recently I've been wanting to add more carbon fiber on top of just wanting something new and different on the E90, a different look. So yeah, I'm gonna be adding some carbon fiber rear bumper extensions, or rear canards, I guess is another name for them, in place of these. So I can start adding some more carbon fiber, because I do want some carbon fiber side skirt extensions. As you guys can see, these ones, the wrap has started to peel off on the ends, and actually it's still good over here, but on the other side it's pretty bad also. So yeah, I want carbon fiber side skirt extensions, and then I want a carbon fiber front lip. I want to get rid of the gloss black. I just want to get rid of the gloss black look and just do a complete carbon fiber look. So yeah, I'm going to be starting with these rear extensions. So these are what the carbon fiber rear extensions, or rear canards, look like. As you guys can see, they have a different look than these rear extensions that I have on the car. Those are angled downward. These are angled more outward towards the sides. So it does offer a new look than what I have on the car right now, on top of it being carbon fiber. So these will fit just like this, pretty much fit around the edges of the front bumper there and kind of stick out. Now, honestly, I'm not 100% sure I will be satisfied with how these look, but regardless, I do want to do something different after having these on for so long. So I went ahead and removed the rear wheel so that I can get access to inside the bumper here, since I do have these extensions secured by 2 screws and then 2 nuts on the inside. So I'll need to get inside here so that I can counterhold the nuts so that I can remove these screws. These were the nuts that were on the inside of the bumper here. So these are the holes that I use to secure the rear extensions. And then these are also the holes I'm going to be using to install these new carbon rear extensions. It's going to be this hole right here and then this one over here. Now you guys may have noticed these do not have any pre-drilled holes, so I'm gonna have to drill some holes. And to get these holes like aligned in the appropriate spot, I'm gonna like dab some paint around these holes, on both holes, and then I'm gonna position this piece like where I want it and then kind of press down, and then it will leave a mark with the paint where the holes are, and then that'll give me a pretty close idea on where to drill the holes in this so that I can feed the new bolt and nut to secure this to the bumper. By the way, this is what it will look like, pretty much just like this. So I have this acrylic paint that I have just laying around in my house, and I'm going to be using this to mark the holes. So you guys can see it left paint marks exactly where the holes are. So now I know exactly where to drill, and it will align perfectly with the holes on the bumper here. Alright, so I just finished up installing both of the carbon fiber rear canards. As you can see right here on this side, the driver's side, and then the passenger side also. And you can see the difference between my old extensions and these and how they make the rear end of the car look, at least from this angle. You can see they flow very well with the side skirt extensions, despite them not being carbon fiber, but just the overall like design and look of them. They flow very well since it's just like a flat piece. Obviously these will look a lot better if I had the carbon fiber side skirt extensions. They would go a lot better and just overall would give a cleaner look to the car. Taking a closer look here at the rear extension, the fitment isn't perfect. Overall, it does fit the design of the rear bumper pretty well. There is kind of a gap right here in the front, but over here it's pretty flush. It's just right here in this part. But from far away, I mean, you really can't tell. It's only if you really look up close. So yeah, overall, these do look pretty good. I wouldn't say I'm 100% satisfied with the look, but My goal here was to put a new style of rear extension on the car, and that's exactly what these did. They offer a completely different look over my old rear extensions. But I'm pretty sure once I add like the other carbon pieces like the diffuser and then the side skirts and then also the front lip, I think overall the car will look very clean. Like everything will go together and just overall give the car a very, very clean look. And of course, give the car a new, slightly different look than what the car has been looking like over the past 2-3 years. It's been looking pretty much the same, nothing really significant. But once I add all these, I think it'll give the car a fresh look. Honestly, you guys, the E90 does not sound nearly as good as it used to when it had the single exit exhaust setup. And for that reason, I'm actually highly considering going back to just the dual single exit setup that come on the 328i's. Not only because I just miss that 328i look, that authentic 328i look, I also miss how the car used to sound with that setup with the muffler and resonator delete. So yeah, that is one thing I might end up doing this year at some point in this new year, 2024. I might be going back to that single exit. But anyway, back to the focus of this video, the carbon fiber rear bumper canards, extensions, whatever you want to call them. Now I can give you guys a nice look at these extensions. Now that I've had them on the car for a few days, I am really starting to like how these extensions look. And I honestly think they look better than my previous extensions just because they flow so much better with these side skirts. As you can see, it just looks like they go together. The other extensions, since they angled downward, just kind of didn't flow that well with the side skirts. Even though these side skirts are not carbon fiber, they still, just the design and shape of them, they just flow together and they just look much more cleaner in my opinion. And here's how they look from the rear. You honestly can't see them as much from this angle, obviously because these have more of a flat design, so they're really not as prominent in the rear from this angle. However, you still can kind of see them, but for me they look the best from this angle here. As you can see, much better on this side because there's more sunlight. Taking a closer look here at the rear extension itself, you guys can see that nice carbon fiber finish and reflection from the sun. And then also, like I mentioned earlier, the fitment isn't perfect, as you can see right there, and then over here also right there. But it honestly, for me, isn't that bad. It doesn't bother me that much. It still looks pretty clean, and it still looks like for the most part it belongs on this front bumper. Now I'm usually like nitpicky for things that don't fit, you know, cleanly or properly around, you know, certain parts of the car. But honestly, this really doesn't bother me that much. It still looks pretty good in my opinion. But yeah, I really do like how these rear extensions look on the car. And then also I plan to install a carbon fiber performance diffuser that looks just like this but made in carbon fiber. With all of that together, I think it'll give the E90 a super clean new carbon fiber look. Obviously not a completely new look, but a somewhat of a new look. So yeah guys, overall I have to say I am pretty satisfied with how these came out. Thankfully, I was kind of worried that I might not have liked how they looked with it being a different design from my old extensions, but I think they just bring a new fresh look to the rear end of the E90. And then also, like I said, once I add the diffuser and the side skirts, I think it'll give the E90 a super clean new look. I'll go ahead and show you guys more angles of these extensions and how they look on the car from different angles. So here's one, and then here's how they look from this angle here. You could also definitely see that this car could definitely use some paint correction to get rid of all those swirls. I know a lot of you guys think my car looks super clean and glossy and that the paint looks super good, but in the sun you can definitely see it has plenty of swirl marks, as you can see here. Like the entire car is like that, and just overall, like this entire car could definitely use a paint correction. But like in this lighting here, it looks super clean and like flawless and glossy and shiny. And I feel like that's because of the wax and sealant that I've been using over the last like 6 years of owning this car. That definitely helped with making it, you know, glossy and shiny, but under the sun, you can definitely see all of those swirl marks and scratches and whatnot. But yeah, that's just one like thing about the car that you guys may not have noticed, since you can only really see it in person. In pictures it looks pretty clean and, you know, flawless, but in person you can definitely see all of the defects in the paint. And then here's one last angle of these extensions. I think it looks pretty good from this angle, honestly. It looks pretty clean. So I think that is going to do it for this video on these carbon fiber rear bumper extensions. These extensions are available on inline6auto.com, so if you guys want to check these out, I'll have a link to them in the description as always. But yeah guys, stay tuned for more videos of more carbon fiber parts that are going to be going on the E90. I know the last few videos have only been on the F80 and not on the E90, but going into 2024 I am going to try to make as many videos as possible on the E90 in addition to the F80 also. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. As always, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more content if you liked what you saw. Also, feel free to check out my website, inline6auto.com, if you guys are looking for any other aftermarket modifications for your BMW E90. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in the next video.